There we go. Alright. We are fully live. I've got the thing set up. Let's go. Alright, so we're talking about the draft today. I guess I didn't. I'm just going to call you by your Discord name, Cleet, I guess. So, we're talking about the draft. It just happened, but there's a few other things. To begin, I'll establish who I am. I have another channel called Half-Ass Studios, formerly The Basement Reviewer. My first name is Parker. I'm not giving you my last name because this is the internet. I'm an Arizona Cardinals fan. I do also support the Buffalo Bills, though, but my main team is Arizona. And what about you, Cleet?
I'm Clayton. You can call me Cleet. I'm a Packer fan, but I also follow the Jets and the Eagles.
All right. Well, interesting that you'd bring up the Jets, because one of the first topics that we're going to be talking about is, in fact, the Aaron Rodgers trade, which I'm sure you have, as a Packers fan, I'm sure you've thoroughly enjoyed every minute of.
Just happy. I'm mostly just happy it got done.
Oh yeah, no, that's the whole process was just really annoying because of how dragged out it got. Like at some point, you gotta just get the deal done. But who won the trade?
I think the Packers won the trade. They were going to move on from Aaron Rodgers anyway this year, and they got a good amount of draft picks out of it. I do wish they didn't just swap draft picks in the first round and could have gotten 2 out of the first round this year, but hey.
Yeah. So, so you think the Packers? I personally think the Jets would. I mean, they got the franchise QB, and they're a team that's really a QB away. I think it was a fairly even trade overall. But if I were to pick a winner, I'd probably say the Jets myself. But if Aaron Rodgers,
we do not know what Jordan Love is going to do, and we've already seen Aaron Rodgers kind of start to slip in his play from last year.
I guess that's
and
fair.
I would not go on a limb and say the Jets have a better receiving core than the Packers last year. I don't think they do.
I think they had. I'd say that they do. I mean, they had Garrett Wilson. Oh, what's his name?
Yeah, maybe Garrett Wilson might be their best one, but the other ones, they were
Davis,
okay at best.
Davis was good.
He's okay.
He's a very solid receiver.
Yeah, but Lazard's really
good. You know, I'll give you Lazard. I'm not trying to say Packers had a bad one, but I think the Jets had a better one than a lot of people realized.
I actually would take Watson over Wilson.
Really?
I think Watson has a bigger upside. I think he has more potential. I just wish the Packers would have used Torrey a little more last year.
Yeah, no, I can definitely agree, dude. It'd be great to see him use the Nebraska guys a little more. But that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. He is a rookie receiver drafted in the 6th round, so he's not going to get.
I'm not going to go out and say that the Jets had an extraordinarily way better receiving core. They don't.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't say either side.
Also the Packers have a better offensive line.
And
Rodgers was still struggling last year with that offensive line. So
what the Packers could really use is a top flight wide receiver. A guy who could just catch anything thrown to him. Now I'm just gonna throw this out here. A guy like Devontae Adams would really help the Green Bay Packers. I think the Packers should consider trying to trade for Devontae Adams.
You're funny.
I try to be.
They had him.
Yeah, no.
They traded him away for 1 second-round pick.
Hey, I mean, it's one more second-round pick than you had.
That was the biggest F in any kind of trade.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. What about the DeAndre Hopkins trade for the Texans?
Texans got a player and a couple draft picks.
Yeah, but it wasn't a good player.
Doesn't matter. All the Packers got was one measly draft pick.
Yeah, but was Adams going to play for them, though? That's the question here.
I'm sure Rodgers could have convinced him to.
I guess that's fair. All right. So the Rodgers, we could go on for a while about Rodgers, but everyone already has. There's another quarterback, though, who's had quite the interesting offseason. One Lamar Jackson of the Baltimore Ravens.
or as our brother would say, a running back. But he's really not.
No, Lamar's a very talented guy. You know, I'm just gonna say it. If Deshaun Watson got that deal, then Lamar Jackson deserves that deal.
I don't get why the Ravens fought him so hard for it. I mean, yes, it's a lot of money.
They fought him hard because it was guaranteed. It was because they didn't want to. They didn't want to pay the guaranteed money. Which if I were an owner, I'd try not to as well. But like,
if you really look at his contract, the only $160 something of his contract is actually guaranteed.
Yeah. My biggest question about why they took so long is, do you really have an option to replace him? I mean, you got star Pro Bowl quarterback Tyler Huntley, but
I mean, he wasn't bad, but he's not. I don't think Huntley is a full-time starter in the league.
I would agree with that notion actually. I like Huntley, I do, but I think he's best in little short bits.
I think he's a really good backup.
Oh, he's a really good backup, yeah, but he's not really a starter level guy. Lamar, however, is a starter. I'd say Lamar is at least top 10 QB in the league, and I'm being like, I feel like you could argue top 5.
Lamar's biggest problem coming this offseason and negotiating contract is that almost every team that needed a quarterback found their quarterback within the first couple weeks. The only team that had a question mark was the Jets.
That's true. That's true. But the Jets were hard set on Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, the Jets knew who they wanted, and they were not very quiet about who they wanted either.
No, they were not quiet. Everyone knew who the Jets wanted. I'm kind of surprised that no one actually made a go for him. I think in the end, I think that the Ravens would have got him anyway, but I'm surprised.
I think the Ravens would have matched whatever someone else gave him.
Oh, definitely.
But I'm kind of surprised Atlanta didn't make a run for him.
Yeah, no, Atlanta, I'm a little confused by in general this offseason. We'll get more into that here in a second. But since you brought it up, let's go ahead and briefly touch on some of the other quarterback moves. So which move do you like more? Derek Carr to the Saints or Jimmy Garoppolo to the Raiders?
I like Derek Carr to the Saints. I think the Saints have a more complete team.
If Michael Thomas is healthy, that could be great.
I think the Raiders have the better has the best receiver on the whole out of the two teams, but I don't think. But one receiver doesn't make a entire team, and I don't trust Renfrow or Jacoby Myers. Michael Thomas, you got Taysom Hill as a tight end who can catch, who can run,
and maybe make a throw.
And throw. New Orleans Saints has a more complete team. They also have Jamal Williams and Alvin Kamara in the backfield. So
that's assuming that Kamara plays next season, because there is the like a rest thing that's going on. That would be a terrifying duo.
He already got suspended 4 games last year for that.
Oh, he did? I forgot.
I'm pretty sure he already. I'm pretty sure he already served his suspension. Maybe not, but I'm pretty sure he already has.
All right. Well, the Saints last year were such a forgettable team. Can you really blame me for forgetting?
No.
Like, I'm just gonna be honest. Like, Saints, like, they were just the team that exists. Like, they were bad, but like they weren't like embarrassingly bad.
They were in the playoffs until.
Well, that says more about their division than it does about them. I'm gonna be totally real with you. They're the NFC South last year, and I think this year again were terrible. I think they're both it's gonna be bad again this year.
Except I think the Panthers or the Saints are taking it.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Unless Baker Mayfield can return to form, which I kind of hope.
I doubt it.
I kind of like Baker as a player. So how about Jimmy G on the Raiders?
Everyone's going to talk about how he's reuniting with McDaniels. Well, let me tell you, Garoppolo's a fine quarterback, but McDaniels is a crappy coach. So it's not going to work out the way Raiders fans think it's going to.
I think every Broncos fan is in agreement with you on that one. Every Broncos fan is in agreement. I know they're not too fond of the guy.
Well, he had 2 or 3 bad years with the Broncos. Like they weren't even in competition.
Oh yeah, well, sometimes that's how it be. So let's talk about the draft now. Uh,
What
so
we came here for.
oh yeah, let's see. Do I get? Okay, I'm on the wrong tab here. Give me a second. Okay, so the plan here, if I remember correctly, yes, the plan here is to go over round 1 pick by pick, and then we'll briefly cover the other rounds. First off, I think the award for the most surprising pick goes to the Carolina Panthers, taking
Are we
Bryce
talking?
Young.
Okay, this pick was very expected.
Dude, I really
We've
thought
been
they were going to take Will Levis.
okay, whatever. No, I knew they were picking Bryce Young. For the moment they traded up, I knew Bryce Young was going off the board first.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I
Bryce,
don't.
he
I
was.
honestly don't think he's the best quarterback in this draft class, but I think he's gonna
Oh,
be good.
oh really? Who do you think's the best QB in this draft class then?
I think it was the second pick. I think C.J. Stroud. I don't like Ohio State, but he's amazing. So I
All
thought
right, well,
C.J. Stroud has the
in
most potential.
regards to Bryce here, going to the Panthers. Do you think this improves the Panthers enough that they could make a run to the playoffs?
They almost made a run to the playoffs with Sam Darnold. So if he's better
Okay,
than
that's a
Sam
good
Darnold,
one.
yeah, he can make a playoff push.
And who's their coach again? It's a Frank Reich, right?
He's a quarterback coach.
Yeah. So
So
this, I mean, that could
at
be.
least that's what at least that's what everyone says. But we all saw how crappy he was with Matt Ryan, who at least in his prime was a really good quarterback.
I'm not gonna put too much of stock in that. I think a lot of that was just the Colts were not a good team last year. I don't think there was much anyone could have done. And I'll be honest, Matt Ryan was kind of past his prime.
My problem with this Panthers team is they got rid of their best rusher. So what are we going to see in the rushing?
I mean,
And
that's
and
true.
with,
Without Christian McCaffrey, what are they gonna do? Uh,
and with
I
and with,
think.
with a very with a young quarterback, the run game is even more important.
Excuse me. Yeah, no, I think Young struggles in his first year, but I think he does eventually become a good quarterback. I do like this pick. I will say. I think it was a good fit. I think Panthers made the smart choice. They made the good choice here.
I personally would have went with Stroud.
Yeah, I mean, I can see where you're coming from. Stroud's good too. Excuse me. There's a reason he went second overall. Let's talk about speaking of which, C.J. Stroud to the Texans. How do you feel about that move?
See, he would have done better on the Panthers because the Panthers are more built. I don't even know who he's going to throw to because the rumor is that they're looking to trade Brandon Cooks.
Are they really?
Yeah, I've seen Brandon Cooks in trade talks all the time.
Who are they trading him
Every
to?
year. No one yet. They haven't traded him, but anytime someone mentions trade talks, Brandon Cook's name is always thrown in there.
Yeah. Well, assuming they have Brandon Cooks, how do you feel about it?
I still don't think he's gonna. I think he'll do fine. I think he struggles because he's a rookie, and he literally has like maybe one or two targets to throw to.
Yeah, no, I mean,
And I think they have a second-year running back, so he's still young. I mean, I think they
but
still have Burkhead
Pierce
in
did
the
really good
helping
last
backing
season,
up.
though. Like, Pierce was really good last year.
Yeah, I think he'll do fine. I want them to use Burkhead more.
Yeah, I mean, Burkhead's old. He's
I know.
washed.
I know, but he's really good in third down situations where they have to pass.
That's true. That's true. I just realized I might be getting some echo from you because I've got my mic by the speaker. Hopefully that's not affecting it too much. Anyway, so CJ Stroud. I forgot. So Bryce Young, you think was like a C pick? What would sound like you're going?
If I had a grade, I'd give him a B. I'd give it a B.
I personally go A, and I'd give Stroud an A too. Next
I
one
give
now.
Stroud an A.
With that, we got the first big surprise of the draft was my Cardinals. We trading number 3 pick to Houston for a variety of picks, including Houston's first round pick next year.
Yeah,
But
Houston gave up too much in that trade.
hey,
I get
let Monty cook, Clayton. Let
I,
Monty cook.
I get wanting to get a player, especially one as talented as Anderson, but giving up that many draft picks is too much.
No, I
You're
can see
giving away
where.
your
Yeah,
future.
you're
You're
probably
giving
right.
away your future capital. You're giving up your future capital.
But if
And
if Will Anderson is the guy that we all think he's gonna be, then it's worth it.
yeah, for 4 or 5 years. But if I'm telling you this now, if Texans aren't good at when he becomes a free agent, he's just going to leave.
True. Uh, I like the pick though. I think this could really turn around their defense because I mean he's shown himself to be a great leader, and I've been watching highlights. I'm no football expert, but I've been watching highlights of Will Anderson. He is so good, man, dude. He is so good.
Yeah, he is. I mean, I the one thing I'm waiting to see is if it's because of his true talent or if it's because of the system he was in with Nick Saban at Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, you could make that as both a positive or a negative, though. I mean, you could say, oh well, he only looks good because of Nick Saban, or he'll be good in the NFL because he was trained by Nick Saban.
Oh no, I wasn't saying that. I was just saying I want to wait. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be absolutely amazing in the NFL until I see him actually play in the NFL.
That's fair. No,
Because
that's out.
some of these players are systematic players. You put them in the right system, they will succeed. You put them in the wrong system, they will look terrible.
I get you. That makes sense. So I think we're not gonna do the grading system. Actually, in hindsight, I think we're just gonna talk about it. So we're gonna move on from Will Anderson here. He's another. We kind of figured he'd go number 3.
We
It's
just
just a
didn't know
surprise who
Cardinals or
had the
someone
number
else.
3 pick is what was surprising. Number 4. Here's the first surprise to me, actually.
Richardson?
There we go. Anthony Richardson to the
I
Indianapolis Colts.
I figured that's who the Colts were gonna pick.
Now, I thought they were gonna go with Levis because I mean, nothing against Richardson, but like I've seen more like footage of Will Levis, and that's probably why. But hasn't Will Levis played more?
Yeah, Will Levis is also older.
That's true. I didn't consider that. He also eats mayo in his
Oh,
coffee, so there's that.
also, Richardson is more athletic.
You've heard about that, right?
No, I did not.
Will Levis puts mayo in his coffee.
Ew, that's disgusting.
He also eats bananas with the peel.
So, but Richardson
Hey,
is more athletic. It
yeah,
might
no,
be wrong to me, but Richardson kind of reminds me of Taysom Hill. He, I think he'll be a better
no.
quarterback than Taysom Hill. But if he doesn't work out in quarterback, he has enough athleticism to change positions to like tight end or running back.
Yeah, no, I see where you're coming from on that. I like Richardson. From what I've seen, I haven't seen a ton of the guy, but
Which is funny because he played for your team, one of your favorite college teams.
oh, that's true. Yeah, no, he did. He did. I haven't watched Florida that much lately. Actually, I've been more into BYU and Nebraska, to be honest with you.
I know that our brother was pissed at the beginning of the year when Utah lost to him.
Oh yeah, no, he was mad. Dude, I remember that. All right, well, moving on from Anthony Richardson, I do think he's a good quarterback. I don't think it's a good choice to start him right away.
They
Uh,
might have to.
well, they got Gardner Minshew. They'll be fine.
Yeah,
They
I'm
got
gonna say Gardner
yeah.
Minshew's a lot is pretty much Tyler Huntley. Great backup, not a full time starter.
Hey, you shut your mouth on that with Uncle Rico. Put some respect on his name.
He'll be serviceable for a couple games.
Well, yeah, no, it depends. It depends how they want to play. I personally think they should start. They should wait a year to put Richardson in. Let him develop. Let him cook. But enough about Richardson. Devin Witherspoon is a Seattle Seahawk.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I've heard this name. I know he played for Illinois, and so if I didn't work that day, I would end up watching that Illinois Nebraska game and saw more of him. But
Well, he was.
cornerback, and he was the number one rated corner in the draft mock board. So Seattle got what they needed.
Yeah, no, I've seen a little bit of him, mostly because I watch a lot of Illinois highlights because Illinois likes to appear in cursed games. I quite like him. I quite like this pick. Well, actually, no, I hate it because I'm a Cardinals fan. But I like it if I like it if I were a Seahawks fan. It's a good pick if you're a Seattle Seahawks fan. As a Cardinal fan, I freaking despise that they made a good pick. I wish they picked I wish they picked Will Levis here or something stupid. I will say, good on you,
We're coming
Seattle.
up.
Your defense gets
Yeah.
better.
We're coming up to your favorite pick of the
Oh
draft.
yeah, I see that. I see that. Don't worry, we're getting there. With Seattle though, I hope he busts. I hope he's a bust. And I hope Geno Smith falls off too. Not gonna lie. Like I don't hope he gets injured, but I hope he just doesn't do as good this year.
Is he the one who had his lung punctured?
No, that was Tyrod Taylor.
Oh yeah, that dude has the worst luck.
There we go. Next up, we got the Arizona Cardinals picking Harris Johnson Jr. out of the Ohio State. He won't even have to change uniforms.
I know. He's sticking to his college uniform.
Nah, enough hate. I actually quite like the Cardinals uniforms, but they are similar to Ohio State. I do know where you all are coming from with that, but I like them. I think they look good. This pick I love. I love this pick so much. We're finally listening to Kyler.
Yeah, but is that a good thing?
Yes. We're finally showing our quarterback that we're all in on you. We're putting our end into you. Let me rephrase that.
You're putting it all into what?
No. We're saying we support him, basically. And we finally drafted an offensive lineman in the first round. Something Steve Keim never did. Let frickin' Monty cook. All these trades they were so well executed. We have so much draft capital next year. Like, I'm gonna be real. We're still gonna suck this year, I think. Like, I don't think Murray is gonna be playing much next season. I don't think he should. I think we should play it safe. So I think this is kind of...
You guys still have Colt McCoy under contract, so...
True, we do. But I will say, we're looking very good to make a quick turnaround after next year.
I like this pick as well. I mean, what was your guys' biggest offensive weak point last year? And no matter what people say, it was not receiving. It was the offensive line couldn't keep Murray safe in the pocket. And so you picked the best offensive tackle in the draft. He's really athletic, really strong, has good hands, has good form. He's going to help protect.
Yeah. No, our biggest offensive weakness were a line or running back. I see. You got a clarinet in the background. All right, next up, the Las Vegas Raiders, our older brother's team, picking Tyree Wilson.
I don't know much about this player. I know he went to Texas Tech. I know he's really good. I know I saw a lot of mock drafts of the Cardinals taking him with the third overall, and so he was a possible top 3 pick.
Yeah, no, I can't give this one fully a grade because I didn't watch a lot of Texas Tech games, to be real with you. But from what I've heard and it's looking at stats and whatnot, I like this pick. Edge is a need for the Raiders because their edge was not that good last year. Particularly Chandler Jones, kind of disappointed.
Max Crosby did pretty well though.
Oh, Max Crosby, yeah, he did decently, but you need another guy.
They got another guy.
Oh yeah. Well,
although I still don't think the Raiders are going to be that good this year.
Yeah, well, what do you think? Should they take a quarterback here?
No.
See how Garoppolo does?
Yeah. Well, you traded for him, didn't you?
Yeah.
No. No, he was a free agent.
No,
Sorry.
you're right. He was a free agent. My bad. Let's see here. So, sorry, I was briefly checking the stats. See how we're doing. Next up we got. Okay, this is probably one of my least favorite picks.
This is probably the best of the draft. I know I see a lot of extras saying they either love this pick or they hate this pick.
I like Bijan Robinson. I think he's a good running back. This isn't about the player; it's about the position.
Falcons already had a really good alternate running back.
They had two. They had Cordell Patterson, who I get is getting old, but you also had Tyler Algier.
Who, by the way, averaged almost 5 yards per carry last year.
Oh yeah.
If you're getting 5 yards per carry from your running back, that's really good. That's above average.
I mean, as a rookie, he had 1,000 yards. As a rookie,
So you're showing Algier that you don't trust him by making this pick.
that or you're planning on getting rid of Patterson, one of the two.
And Algier was a second or third round pick, so it's not like it's a lower level guy.
Well, I don't know. I like Bijan Robinson. I think he's a good running back. I don't think the Falcons were the team that should have picked him. In fact, actually, I think Falcons should have taken who the Eagles picked up.
If they traded up to get this pick.
Jalen Carter. This is a great pick for the Super Bowl runner-up.
I would say, if it wasn't so high, I would say it was a steal of the draft.
Well, honestly, it was a steal. People expected Jalen Carter to go earlier than this.
Yeah.
A lot of people had the Seahawks taking him.
His problem was he was part of that crash. He had some character. He had some character problems.
Okay.
Question marks.
Yeah, I forgot about the crash. I'll be real with you, dude. But he's a talented guy. He's a really talented player. Eagles got themselves a stud. I guess that makes sense then why some teams are passing on him. But even then, still don't think Bijan Robinson was your guy, Atlanta. Still don't like that pick. Next up, we got the Bears.
Duh, babies.
The Bears. This is your favorite team, I know. So we got Darnell Wright, offensive tackle out of Tennessee.
I hate this pick.
Really?
Because it's good for the Bears.
Those darn Bears. You're not used to them making competent moves, are you?
I am not.
You're supposed to be the free win, Chicago.
Bears actually had a pretty good draft.
Oh yeah. No, they're doing a decent job at rebuilding. I think they're going to be good again a lot faster than many people realize.
Uh-huh.
I see Chicago as a dark horse wildcard team this year. I'll be real with you.
I don't think they're in the playoff yet.
Well, that's why I say dark horse. I think they could. I think they could sneak into the 7th seed.
I still think they could come in last in the division.
You still think they're last in the division?
Yep.
Man, you're stubborn on that. But
I think that division would be Detroit, Minnesota, Green Bay, Chicago.
Well, I like this guy because he's a good run blocker, and like Chicago's going to be a run first team. That's just how the team's built. That's kind of how you need to be with Justin Fields. So that's not a knock on Justin Fields. But if you're making Justin Fields just pass the ball, you're using Justin Fields wrong.
No, well, you use the run to open up the pass. You use the pass to open up the run.
Oh yeah, no. If the Bears can get like just a few more pieces that they need, they can become a very tough team to beat. So next up, we got the Tennessee Titans taking Peter Skoronski out of Northwestern.
That's a good pick.
That's a solid pick.
He pushed around Nebraska's defensive line in the first week of the college season.
Everything comes back to Nebraska for you, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, but Nebraska's defense had no leverage on it.
Well, how good was Nebraska's defensive line?
They had to pick to the 6th round.
Okay, that's true. I like this pick. Very safe pick for the Titans. They ended up getting their QB later on. So I think it was smart of them to get the offensive tackle first. Offensive line was a bit of an issue last year for them. If they can get a good offensive line that's good at run blocking, especially, Derrick Henry might make a comeback if they don't trade him.
Well, yeah, but the team they were thinking about trading him to just traded for DeAndre Swift.
Ah, that's true. I forgot about that. Speaking of DeAndre Swift and the team he was formerly on, the Lions take Jahmyr Gibbs, running back out of Alabama.
Yeah, I don't know much about him.
This pick, I thought was so dumb until the Swift trade.
Yeah, oh yeah, but Alabama was a pass-first team, so how do we know his? Well, Bryce Young, they were like a pass-first team. I'm not sure we saw enough of him to justify a 11 pick or 11 overall pick or 12 overall pick.
We can look up his stats real quick. Okay, well, it's going to show me his.
Well, yeah, is that what college for?
I just clicked the same source. Gosh dang it.
Wait, yo, pick that source and you can go. You should be able to go to stats.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh gosh dang it. Oh, these ads are obnoxious. He was originally at Georgia Tech. So he had 926 yards in 2022. That's not bad.
That's not bad, but I still don't think it's justifiable for a 12th overall pick.
Oh, he also had 444 rushing yards. My bad. So, I mean, I think it's a questionable pick, but I think it's less questionable now. Enough about that. How about your guy, Lucas Van Ness, going to Green Bay?
This was the stupidest pick of the entire draft. Even stupider than the 49ers picking a kicker in the 3rd round. This guy didn't even start. How do you pick a player with no starts in his college career in the 1st round?
Well, it's just
how?
It's just how Iowa runs it. He's still got playing time.
So he didn't start. If you don't start, it means you're not the best player on the field.
I get the sense. I get just the feeling that you might not be the biggest fan of this pick.
I'm not. First off, the Ohio State receiver was on the board. Get Jordan Love another weapon. Why are you so upset with the players, Brian? Gooch Tense or whatever your name is? No wonder why Aaron Rodgers wanted to leave.
Dude, not a good time to be a Packer fan right now. Not a great. Lucas Van Ness, he's a talented guy.
Again, with little to no experience.
Well, that just means you can mold him into what you want.
Or he's not going to be ready for big time, so he's going to flame out.
No. Who knows? Man,
Plus, he plays almost the exact same position that Rashawn Gary plays.
Well, then you got an extra guy. You got a good depth piece.
I don't need depth piece on the defense. The defense is fine. We need an offense.
Well, you say your defense has been fine, but it's never been that elite.
It was elite a couple years ago.
Fair. But, at some point you do got to come to question. You've drafted defense 3 or 4 years in a row, and your defense is still not in the position you want?
Well, maybe we need to stop drafting and start going to veterans and free agency.
Or maybe you get a defensive coordinator, a better defensive coordinator or something. I don't know. So, as much as I'm sure you want to keep talking about your guy, Lucas Van Ness, can't wait to see when you get his jersey, by the way.
I'm not getting his jersey.
Let's talk about Pittsburgh Steelers taking Broderick Jones.
This would have been a better picker. Offensive tackle.
He's looking good. I know the YouTuber I watch, Your Name Tree, was very happy about this pick. I think it's a good pick. One of my coworkers is a Steelers fan, and he thought it was a good pick. Not much else to say. He's a Georgia offensive lineman. He's probably going to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
There's not much.
Let's go ahead.
Hey, Rogers, it's the Packers 2.0.
New York Jets select Will McDonald. Had a farm. Edge.
They should have gone. They should have gone with an offensive. They should have gone with an offensive tackle.
I agree, but at the same time, the last of like the guarantee, the last of the really good ones just got taken. So I do.
Yeah, but their defense was never the problem last year.
I know, but you don't want to use a first round pick on a guess, if that makes sense. Even though that's literally what I'm
Then you should pick the Ohio State receiver. Pair him up with Garrett Wilson, his former teammate.
That would have been sick. However, does he have a farm? No.
Why would you want a farm?
Because Will McDonald has a farm. No. In all honesty, I don't hate this pick. I don't love it. I think it's very mid pick. Next up, we got Commanders commanding Emmanuel Forbes at cornerback. Thoughts on this one?
I don't really know who he is.
Well,
I didn't really watch this.
He's a cornerback out of Mississippi State.
I didn't really watch the SEC last year.
Fair. Well,
I don't really pay attention to that conference.
He's compared to Xavier Howard.
Oh, because that's going to make me think he's good.
Dude, Xavier Howard was great for a little bit there.
Yeah, okay, this guy will have a couple good years and then fall off the face of the earth.
So he's possessing excellent eyes and instincts and looking like a perfect fit for his own scheme.
If you play his own scheme, that's great.
Which the Commanders do.
Well, then they got who they want.
Just so we don't play a guy like Brady who tears apart zone schemes. All right, next up, New England Patriots doing their typical move of picking random guys. We got Christian.
This guy was a steal. This guy
he?
at the beginning of last year was supposed to be the best rated DB.
Oh.
He fell off because of injuries and his performances didn't always add up. He lacked consistency for some of the season.
What is that noise in the background?
He's talking Collins clarinet.
I thought I heard like a freaking Home Depot theme or something. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
So Christian Gonzalez, I hadn't really heard about him. I'll be real. Oregon's one of the teams that kind of slipped past my radar. Not gonna lie.
Well, that's because most normal people try to avoid watching because of their uniform combinations.
They do have like really ugly uniforms a lot of the time. You're right. That's definitely true. Jack Campbell for the Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell needed a fellow Campbell to really bring his school together.
You think they're related?
I don't know, but I can find out.
I doubt it. No, I'm pretty sure they're not. They're not. They're not.
No.
They would have made a big deal about it on the broadcast if they were.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's like every time a player has a dead relative, they're like, "Oh, this player." So they'll be like, "Oh,
did you hear?
What?
The Cowboys in the 6th round picked a player, right?
Yeah.
Well, his dad's one of the scouts on their team. So they had the dad call him first.
Nepotism.
Card. Oh, isn't that grandma's favorite word?
Yeah, but we probably should be mentioning that here. Uh, so yeah, so you got Jack Campbell, linebacker out of Iowa, your favorite college. So what do you think of this pick?
I I don't like Iowa, so I don't watch very many Iowa games. But their defense was pretty good.
Or was like I refuse to watch Iowa games out of principle.
Pretty much. Unless it's Nebraska versus Iowa.
Fair. Fair last year actually though. Iowa was not fun to watch at all last year. They had a very good defense.
And yet they
Like,
had two people picked in the first round, even though Van Ness shouldn't be a first round pick.
yeah, no, it's great. Like, congrats. You got a defense with two NFL players now. Goodness, sorry.
All right.
However, that offense for Iowa was so bad. And, like, it wasn't even funny bad. It was just boring. Like, the games were so boring to watch. But moving on, we got Elijah Cansey from Pittsburgh going to Tampa Bay.
That's a good pick for them. They need some help on the defensive line.
Tampa's in a really weird spot this year. It's going to be really interesting to see how they turn out.
They're either going to be good or they're going to be really rich. It's not going to be in between.
Yeah, it's gonna be a weird year for them. Do you think they're gonna be a winning team or a losing team next year?
I think it'll be a losing team next year.
Yeah, I agree. So in regards to this, they get the help they need. Not much more to say about that than that. Oh hey,
This is the steal. This is the steal of the draft.
Seattle Seahawks take Jackson Smith-Njigba.
Who the Packers should have picked.
Who I
Who the
probably
Packers should
misspelled
pick.
that. I probably mispronounced that name horribly, and I'm sorry if I did. But
That's why I just said JSN when they talked about the Packers. That's who they should have picked.
yeah,
The Packers should have picked him.
you think Packers should have taken him?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, I know. YouTuber I watched, Tom Grossi, thought so. But no, yeah, no, I agree. They definitely. Packers probably should have taken him. There's a lot of teams on the board that could have used Njigba. I think I had him. I think I had him going somewhere way earlier than this.
I had him going to the Packers in my mock draft.
I don't know how he fell so far.
That's who
But
where I would have taken
but
him.
the Seahawks receiving room now, holy cow! Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, and JSN.
Good luck, Parker.
I don't like it. I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, everyone's team's getting better, but yours.
Hey, we got better.
I'm kidding. You got better for the draft.
Okay. Quentin Johnson, the wide receiver from TCU, had
I like this pick. I like this pick a lot. He's fast.
Oh yeah. Too bad that speed didn't help in the national championship.
Well, when you go up against the Georgia Eagles, it doesn't help much.
See the Georgia Eagles?
I did say the Georgia Eagles. Georgia Eagles picked pretty much.
I see the joke now. Okay, I thought you just made a mistake. My bad. So yeah. Oh, here's another player that actually I had this player going a little later. Zay Flowers out of Boston College. I think I had him going. I think I had him going to the Giants.
I had him going to the Vikings.
Yeah. From what I've seen, pretty good player. Well, receivers are kind of hit and miss in the NFL, from what I've noticed. So we'll see if he actually hits up to his.
Here's why I think he might be hit and miss. He played for Boston College, who in the last couple years haven't been very good. So if you have a really good season at Boston College, you look incredible.
That's true. Mm-hmm. What about Jordan Addison going, receiver from USC going to the Vikings?
Well, they needed a receiver after for some reason, letting
Thielen.
Thielen walk.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they definitely did. I think there was a contract thing that was going with that probably.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
there's no way they just let them walk.
I do like this pick though.
Oh yeah, no, I do too. Actually, there haven't really been that many bad picks in this year's draft. At least not in the first round.
Except for pick number 13.
Is that Green Bay?
Yep.
There were a couple. I didn't like the Falcons pick either. All right, what about we're gonna speed run. We're gonna kind of speed run the last few here. Deontay Banks, cornerback, going to the Giants.
He's good. He's a really good corner.
Oh yeah. Giants need some help on the secondary, so that's a big pickup for them. I kind of hope they get some offensive help here, but at the same time, their secondary wasn't great either, so I understand what they're going for. Buffalo Bills take Dalton Kincaid from Utah.
This is a really good pick. They traded up to get this because they didn't want the Cowboys getting him.
Oh yeah. I love this pick. Getting more help for Josh Allen is going to be so huge.
That's who where's who the Cowboys wanted, so the Bills traded up for it.
I'm glad we did. I mean, we need a wide receiver too. We need to get a new wide receiver to help take the pressure off of Diggs. Because Diggs is really good, but you can only do so much.
You have to have you have to have a really solid two, so they can't just double triple team their one.
Yeah, and I think Kincaid is gonna really help do that. So hopefully next year in the playoffs we don't do as bad as we did this year. Because holy cow! All right, Mazi Smith to the Cowboys.
I think the Cowboys should have gone offense. Personally,
I
like it. This pick is good. This pick is fine. This pick has screamed safe to me.
I agree, but I think it was a good pick. I don't know if I would have gone offense. I think I would have gone the same thing, honestly, if I were them. Their offense was not good, but a lot of that was just inconsistency, not necessarily a talent issue.
We'll see what happens when Mike McCarthy calls the plays.
Dude, they're gonna win the Super Bowl, aren't they?
Nope.
Anthony Harrison.
This was also a pick that screams safe to me, but I also like it. Get Lawrence a little more help on the offensive line.
Well, and it's also one of their offensive linemen got suspended.
Yep.
So they kind of had to do this. So we both like that pick. Bengals take Myles Murphy out of Clemson.
He was a good player. I mean, it's really hard to say you're a bad player playing on a Clemson defense because that Clemson's defense is specifically designed to succeed.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a good pick for them to go edge because one of the biggest things, as it says here, one of the biggest things that they struggled to do in the AFC Championship game was get to Mahomes. And that's kind of the biggest way you can actually defeat Mahomes and the Chiefs is if you can get past their offensive line, which is easier said than done. But if you can, like Mahomes can't throw if he's being sacked. So, all right, the New Orleans Saints, they take Brian Brisee, defensive tackle out of Clemson.
I thought they reached.
Thought they reached? I agree on this one, actually. Especially since they traded this. I mean, look, so it was a trade from San Francisco to Miami to Denver, then to New Orleans.
But the draft pick underneath it is who they should have picked.
Nolan Smith.
How did he drop out that low?
Cowboys,
me, but
Cowboy fans are really watching the Eagles this draft and just going
but
like.
Again, the Eagles stole him. That was a steal. That's another steal of the draft, Nolan Smith.
Cowboy fans looking at Eagles getting all these good picks in the draft, they're just like, they can't keep getting away with it. They can't keep getting away with it. All right, and then the Chiefs got this guy, Felix Anudike Uzoma, I definitely mispronounced that, out of Kansas State.
He's a good player. This kind of feel like a pick early. Is like we just won the Super Bowl. Let's celebrate by picking someone who played in the state we play in.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Uh,
Or right, except they play in Missouri, but still.
true, true.
Or do they play in Kansas?
No, the Chiefs play in Missouri. The Chiefs play in Missouri.
But still, it's close enough to Kansas where like, let's do this, let's do that.
Yeah. So I'm checking the concurrent viewers, see if we had any. Nope, none today. Oh well. So yeah, no, I do agree. I think a bit of a reach. But that's all the first round picks because a certain team couldn't help but tamper a little bit.
Except they didn't really tamper. That was such a dumb punishment.
Hey, I'm just happy it was the Vikings. I'm not Vikings, the Dolphins.
I honestly, it's as bad as the NBA finding the Mavericks for arresting their players.
They fined them for arresting their...
Yes, they fined them for tanking, but yet when the Spurs did it in the '90s, they didn't do anything.
I don't think a team should be punished for tanking. To be real,
Houston Rockets have been tanking for years and haven't been punished.
yeah, no, I'm just gonna be real. I don't think a team should be punished for tanking. I don't see why that is the case.
NBA says it.
They might say it like ruins the integrity of the game, but like I don't agree with that at all.
You ended the stream?
What was that?
Ended the stream?
I ended the Discord one. We're still
Okay.
we're still live on YouTube. I didn't need the Safari thing open, so
Okay.
pop that out. In regards to the rest of the draft, we're just gonna kind of briefly touch on this. What were your thoughts on the rest of the draft? Like anything stands out to you?
Why did the Packers have to take 2 tight ends in the first 3 rounds?
Yeah,
Look,
I'm
happy you got weapons, but if you're gonna get weapons, get 2 receivers and 1 tight end. Although the Packers ended up picking like 3 or 4 receivers, but we don't need 2 tight ends. Not when we have 2 or 3 already on our roster.
Hey, well, now they can find out which one will work out.
Also, I really like Jaron Hall to the Vikings. I hate how much I like that. I really hate how much I like that.
I do agree. I think that was a very smart move. A lot of people don't like it, but I actually like the Clayton Tune to the Cardinals.
I don't like that one.
I do. Because, like, we need a quarterback for when Murray's out. And, like, all our backups are old. All our backups are either old or terrible.
Oh, well.
So it'll be nice to have a young backup who can just back up Murray for his career.
You should have picked Jaron Hall.
I agree. I mean, that would have been cool. But at the same time, Clayton Tune looks pretty good. I just want Jaron Hall because he's a BYU guy.
I know. I like the Bucks. The Bucks picked Trey Palmer from Nebraska, the receiver who had like the second fastest 40-yard dash time at the draft combine.
Oh, nice.
His problem is sometimes when he focuses on catches, he drops them. And then I liked the Rams picking Nebraska's defensive tackle, Mathis.
I hate the Rams picking anybody.
Also, the Rams picked a BYU receiver.
And they got Stetson Bennett, a proven champion, who's like 40 years old.
Who also has character issues because he was arrested for drunken intoxication earlier this year.
Yeah, that's a lot of guys in college, though, to be completely honest. We got Arizona did pretty good, I feel, in the late rounds. We got second round. We got like the guy out of LSU, the like linebacker or whatever it was, and he looks really good.
You guys did amazing.
Oh, we did fantastic. We got that one cornerback out of Stanford, I think it is, who's injured right now. He's gonna probably miss the rookie season. But before his injury, he was like looking like one of the best cornerbacks in college.
Will Levis went to the Titans.
I like that move actually.
I do too. You have Tannehill you can sit behind for a year.
Yeah, like
He can learn and prepare because Levis is always was always going to be a project.
here. Let me put it this
Which
way. Let me put it this way, okay? If they taken him in the first round, I'd have disagreed. But because they managed to get him in the second, I think we'll see a pick.
Levis is, I think Levis was always going to be a project. And I think everyone knew that. Plus, Levis got hurt last year and was just and because some of his stats were pretty bad because he was playing while hurt.
Oh yeah,
Like it was an ankle sprain or something, so he could hardly move. He's kind of like Josh Allen. Movement is part of his game.
yeah, no, I get that.
I mean, then we got his 49ers brilliantness of picking Jake Moody, the kicker, in the third round.
Let's go!
Packers picked a kicker in the sixth round. I don't know what that means for Crosby.
Some teams got to embrace the meme and just pick a kicker. Pick a kicker in the first round.
I think Crosby went to Auburn too. Packers are just obsessed with picking kickers from Auburn.
Oh, that's right. You guys have Crosby already. Unless Crosby retired.
Yeah. He didn't retire, but I don't think he's going to be on the Packers next year because we picked a kicker in the sixth round.
Then they're going to have Crosby develop the kicker.
Oh, no, he's a free agent. Crosby's a free agent.
Man, Packers were just done with him. They said, remember that Bengals game? Yeah, get lost.
Didn't he win them a game?
Yeah, but like after missing like 10 kicks. Yeah, no. So in regards to the NFL, I think that's all I got for today. But there's one brief subject I want to talk about. The XFL championship is set.
Oh, yeah, the Renegades are getting crushed by the Defenders.
Oh yeah, no, it's not even gonna be close. I know the Renegades won the game, so you could argue they earned their spot. Should have been the Battlehawks, though.
They really need to get rid of divisions and just have the four best records in the
Dude,
playoffs.
honestly, like when you have only 8 teams, there's no reason for divisions. It's pointless. But you know, I'm excited. I will be watching. I might even do a video on it. Just like a quick little scripted video about it. I don't know. I'm debating some video concepts. I might do an Arizona Cardinals fan, like and stuff like what Tom Grossi does. Like doing one of those reactions to the NFL draft.
Yeah, I saw his.
Yeah, I'm debating it. I don't want to just be ripping off him. I got a couple other ones. I am currently
winners and losers of this year's draft.
I might do that. One video that I know I'm working on, I'm currently in the research phase, is I want to do like a documentary style video on the 2017 Philadelphia Eagles. My current title is Underdogs, the story of the 2017 Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, yeah, I saw that in the ideas.
Yeah, it's going to be going back to like when they first started getting the pieces, tell the story of like Nick Foles and not Andy Reid, Doug Peterson, be like a full
Carson Wentz.
Yeah, go get the full story about all the major pieces. I'd be shooting like a full documentary length too.
Did you know before he went back to the Eagles, Nick Foles was about to retire?
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah.
Dang.
He almost retired until Andy Reid comes to come back up to play for Kansas City.
Oh.
And over in Kansas City, he went to the Eagles.
Yeah, so, that's my plans. If you have any ideas or decide to make your own videos, let me know. You can send anything to me. I'll upload it to the channel.
Maple Leafs, no longer losers.
The meme is dead.
Thank goodness.
I would have to
I'm
change
so
the name.
happy.
But if we start doing freaking hockey content, I'll have to change the name of the channel.
Utah Jazz, the worst team at tanking ever.
Again, if we do an NBA, I'll have to change the name. Because we're at Half House NFL right now. I guess I could go back, just go to Half House Sports. I don't know. I kind of like it. Football's my area of expertise, so that's what I'm going to be working with. But if you want to do basketball, I'll still upload it. Well, with that said, I think that's a pretty good stopping point for the stream. So I'll see all you guys hopefully in the next video. Have a good day.